I'm streaming it on YouTube. It's probably making the new map. Have you seen that new map? No, it is, trust me. I'm like, we waited here for a long time. Come on! For else. Imagine. And then you just... It's like an alien. Dude, I see eyes. Dude, I see that monster's eyes. Dude, it's getting farther. It's been like 4 minutes. Imagine we have to wait an hour. I'm like, hello? Yeah. No, don't. Me too. No, I'm gonna make myself some sleep. Dude, it's been 5 minutes. Nope. I'm bored. For reals. Dude, look at it. I bet this is like the longest event. Right, this is like the longest event. Oh. Yes, I've seen every single event. It's just doing the same thing over and over. For reals? It looks like a flower. Now it looks like a butt. I'm hearing work noises. Yeah. Open sesame. Open sesame. Open butthole. Open hole. Mine's is still at 100. I want to sleep. Wait, it looks like a helicopter now. Dude, it's telling me something. I'm thinking they got hacked. You go to school tomorrow? I don't think I go. I've been working all day to get on this event. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna download something. Tell me whenever something happens. No, I can't. I'm downloading something. DG up GTA. Wait, what? Take yourself forever. It's taking forever. Come on. It's almost been. What the? You've been here for hours. Well, at least it's gonna be like something cool. In order to like make it cool. Yeah, for us. I'm gonna go on my iPad. watching YouTube. Yeah, I'm on my phone right now. Let's go see if the people are stuck on it. Dude, I'm gonna watch it live. No, while I'm watching it. Yeah, other people are stuck on it too.
I'll DM you on Twitter once I can. That is the same as still no name.
Okay. I will look at it. Let me log in here on my computer. Let's see. No way. I like them. I like that guy. But if you are interested in content in the future, especially when this new season drops, I can be streaming this until we know what's happening. But make sure you subscribe and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell. And I'm gonna keep trying to figure out what's happening here.
I should just pull up your stream, put my face over your face.
I might get George. Can you get George, Samara?
Wait, what?
Can we get George? I want to show everyone George. I want 400,000 people to see George. Go get George. Go get George.
Wait, right now?
Yeah, go get George.
He's not gonna like that.
He's gonna love it. George loves it. George wants to be in a movie.
Putting my face.
Yeah, everybody's stuck.
I'm like tripping out looking at this black hole. I swear, chat. Were those two little white dots there before? Oh, they both disappeared.
When the rocket activates any second soon, right now, I need you guys to share the stream out with all your friends right now. When that rocket activates, what's going to happen is that this is going to go crazy. All these dimensions on the screen. Oh, okay. All these dimensions over there on the screen.
This is the end as we know it. I'm trying to get more information for you guys, but there's absolutely nothing. I guess, thank you Fortnite for the years of entertainment. I think the best thing that we could do now is simply show you my cat George. Let him be polished.
Tim. He's adorable.
And he would like to say thank you, Fortnite, for all the years of happiness.
He's gonna be in the new Fortnite season.
This is actually
Fortnite mascot.
He's the Fortnite mascot.
He is Fortnite.
He is Fortnite. Okay. George, you want to go now? Smell like cat.
Cat.
Oh my god. Oh, don't lick me. George licks everything. So lick the black hole. Fix Fortnite. Go.
Fix it, George.
All right, go back to mom.
Fix it, honey.
He's swimming. He's swimming. He's attempting to swim. We have such a cute dog. Our dog is so cute.
Yeah, we're not the only ones stuck.
I hope that tied you over. I hope that tied you over, guys. That tied you over the black hole. I'm checking everything. I don't see any information.
Yeah.
Fortnite's literally nothing. There's nothing. Nada. Oh. Fortnite's Instagram, they literally just posted 9 black black photos and then a black hole in the middle.
So, like, is this black hole gonna last for, like...
I
We don't know how long this black... How
A
weird is
year?
this gonna be? Like, how about if the black hole lasts for, like, a day or two?
Yeah, it could.
It could, right?
I feel like they'd have to say something, though.
They have...
That long?
No, right now they're being so mysterious. They're just posting photos of black holes and stuff.
Like, what's going on?
This is so boring.
What's going on?
It's,
I'm gonna watch some YouTube.
App and chat for Fortnite. I just like...
Spy Ninja, Project Zorgo erased Daniel's memory. He actually doesn't remember anything.
Yeah, I don't know who my family is, my mom and dad.
But when we're at the bounce house,
Then what if I did that? All I have is hack.
play.
Wait, you're playing guitar!
That's me?
I didn't know you could play guitar, Daniel.
I can't play guitar.
What the heck? You're playing guitar right there.
I don't remember this at all. What am I wearing? That's not CWC merch.
You're really good, Daniel. You're great at guitar.
I'm not good at guitar. I never played a guitar in my life, guys.
Dude, that's you.
Totally.
I'm watching YouTube.
This is the pick that strums the strings. It goes.
I'm watching YouTube while I'm waiting.
Okay, so this hand goes underneath like this. Okay.
It's taking so forever.
Alert the hacker I was there that one day. He just looked at me.
It's gotta be your dog, Daniel.
They took my dog away from me, and they're using him for evil now?
Project Zorgo's gonna go to the dog too.
If we can find that dog and bring him back, he can be a dog spy ninja. How cool would that be?
Yes, we need a dog spy ninja. What if the dog has a collar and it has his address on it? You'll know where you live, Daniel.
And I can find my mom and dad.
And it belongs to you, and it your parents are.
Oh my gosh!
Okay.
him, there was this envelope we found at the obstacle course. It said "wow" on it. So I'm excited to see what that is. It's gonna make us go wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
There it is.
Here.
Wow, wow.
Open that sucker up.
Yeah. Oh, just opens. Wait. Oh, wait, now it says mom. It says mom right now.
Oh my gosh. Wait, Mom, like my mom?
Yeah.
Open it up and we'll find out.
I'm gonna have to find out who my mom is.
Pull it open. What's in there? Is it a picture of your mom?
A picture. Open the paper up.
No.
Oh.
It's a YouTube link. YouTube.com/blah blah blah. What? Oh,
It's you.
it's me. What the heck is this?
Do you know where you are right now, Daniel? Does it bring any memories?
Yeah, I don't know. Some type of house.
Wait, who's holding the camera?
Wait, shh. I think I'm talking. Let's start the video over.
Oh, there goes Danny boy.
That's my mom, I think.
Yeah.
She said Danny boy.
Danny, you can't wear that to an interview.
Why not?
Is it the interview for Project Zorgo? That one video that we saw of you.
Yeah, remember, Daniel, when we were watching it, and then you got fogged and stuff? That must be the point where you lost your memory. This must have been right before that.
Wear this.
What is this?
I bought this for you.
Okay. Thanks, Mom. Yeah, I said Mom. I called this person behind the camera Mom.
I hope she shows her face. I know.
Yeah, come on.
Mom, if you're watching this right now, you gotta comment below. We gotta connect. We gotta meet again. It's in the back.
Oh, my God.
Now that looks a lot more professional. See?
It's your white shirt.
The white shirt, my lie detector shirt. The shirt I wore the day you guys first met me. The shirt I wear for all the lie detector videos. My mom gave me that?
Oh, look how handsome you look.
Oh, thanks,
Now,
Mom.
if that doesn't get you the job, I don't know what will. They don't deserve you then.
Thanks, Mama. All
You're
right.
welcome.
Wait, this.
I'm so bored. It's been an hour.
This is the only thing I have of my mom. Wait, no, Daniel. Smell like her?
The lie detector shirt. Well, Daniel, the lie detector shirt. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but the lie detector shirt that you wore, that your mom gave you. Remember, you were at Mount Charleston and it got all ripped up. This is a replacement. It's not the same one.
Oh, you're right.
Oh no, now we can't get the clues from the original shirt to find out who your mom is.
Project Zorgo, you erased my memory of my mom and destroyed the gift she gave me. The only thing I have left.
Daniel, we need to figure out who your mom is.
I know.
It's terrible. This is happening to you.
Yeah, there might be more clues in this video that we're not seeing right now. So Spy Ninjas, we need your help. After this video, make sure to go watch this. We'll put the full video on the Spy Ninja Network. So if you don't have it, download Spy Ninja Network. It's free to download on your phone or on your tablet, and you can help us figure out Daniel's past.
Yeah.
Wait. Hello.
Thanks. Wait, how'd you get in here?
I just entered. Didn't you all call me just a moment ago? Regarding your dear friend, Daniel.
Yeah, I have a test tube here of Daniel's, I think, earwax.
Oh, quite interesting. And also quite disgusting. But these plaques are quite beautiful.
Yeah, we found these in the desert, but let's get back to the situation here. We need to solve Daniel's DNA so we can recall back all his memory.
We can find out my mom and dad.
Curious. 7 days to open the secret room. What is so secret about a room?
Sorry. This is just my room. Gotta wait 7 days to see what's in there, so these guys are making me open it, but I don't want to.
Oh, rubbish. If you have a secret, you're entitled to keep it.
You already agreed you're gonna show us in 7 days what's in there, Regina.
Yeah, so we can get to... Okay, guys, we've been trying to get into the safe one.
Like Yaya's here. The code might be 14700 because Daniel was PZ1, Regina was PZ4, and V was PZ700 when you went undercover.
14700.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it.
Incorrect. Try again in 24 hours.
Oh.
Shoot.
All right.
Shout out, you guys keep giving us comments down below about what the password might be. For just a bit.
In a few moments, the sample will be ready for the stenography.
We're gonna know all about Daniel's past with his DNA, right?
I need to complete the testing and do physicals on you. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Turn your head to the right and cough. I believe the results are done.
Yes, let's go. We're gonna learn all about Daniel.
Yes. I can't wait. Your DNA results shall be printing at any moment. Yes.
What's it say?
Daniel, you are 99.9% male. What? Congratulations.
We already know he's a guy.
We know that.
Wait, 99.9? What's the other 0.1%?
I guess there's always a chance. You could be a female. You never know.
All of that just to learn that you're a male?
No, 99.9%.
We're trying to find out my past, Joseph Banks.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Give me 1 moment, please.
Come on. We gotta find more info about Daniel. Gotta know his history, his parents, his ancestry, everything.
Daniel, it seems like your ethnic breakdown is as follows. 70% Italian, 15% Greek, and 10% Swedish. Swedish?
What's the other 5%?
What?
That doesn't equal 100%, Joseph Banks. There's gotta be 5% of something else.
5% Mongolian.
Wow.
Mongolian, okay, cool. Okay, what does that prove?
There is somebody with a similar genetic breakdown who's attended high school here in the Las Vegas Valley.
Similar
Where?
genetics.
What high school is it?
Spring Valley High School.
Spring Valley High School.
Damn, maybe that's where you went to high school at.
Yeah,
Or maybe that's where your parents went to high school.
my parents. Is that all you require of me?
I mean, we could definitely use your help to find out more about Daniel. If you know anything, or if you have any ideas on how to find out.
Dude, it's still going.
Yeah, and we have the safe that we've been trying to decode. So you can help us with that if you like.
Dude,
All the other clues, what do you say? Help us.
Not my specialty.
it's still going.
Anything science related? Besides,
It's been an hour.
let me know. Okay, plenty of tasks. Kick bump.
Tick bump, yep. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. Pretty cool. Oh, careful there, Mr. Banks. Bye, Joseph. Bye, Joseph. See you, Joe. Thank you.
Daniel, I think we should go to that high school that Joseph Banks told us about. Maybe we can find a yearbook or ask like the principal if they know who your parents are.
Yeah, my mom and dad might have attended there or something.
Yeah, or maybe you attended there. Maybe he recognized you.
Let's go right now.
Wait, Daniel, this shoe looks... Have you always been wearing those shoes?
Yeah, I wear these all the time in every video.
Hold on.
Blue Converse.
Remember?
My sponsor.
The clue from PZ9, he showed us his baby picture of you.
Whoa.
Check out the shoes on this picture.
Blue shoes. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're both high-top Converse.
And they're blue.
Yes. They're the same. These are the same shoes I was wearing when I was a baby?
Yeah, look, even the sole matches.
Whoa, they totally match. Wow. So I've been wearing blue Converse my whole life.
Maybe subconsciously you know that you like blue Converse and you've been buying them.
That's so weird. Okay, well, let's just get that school right away, okay?
Wait, hold on. These clues, they all come from PZ9, right? And PZ9's still kind of connected with Project Zorgo. How do we think we can trust them? What if it's a trap? What if they want to lure us there to the high school?
You're right, V. What if Project Zorgo was there?
Snow. Nope. But...
You should just make it look like it's gonna snow every single day and school's canceled forever.
Well, I think they'll catch on at some point when they realize it never snows here.
All right, guys, I think we should go to the high school. Maybe we can find out if Daniel went to that school or his parents did. Dad's channel. So make sure to subscribe to him and check out the video right here. All right, let's kick bump out. Kick bump!
Look, it's my boyfriend. You hear us?
Hey, what's up?
Guys, be quiet. I'm trying to study.
Oh my God.
Can you guys be quiet?
Maybe like 2 a.m.
Guys!
We can have like shot.
Guys, can you guys be quiet? I'm trying to study.
We're staying up all night. Don't worry about it.
No, don't worry. Nobody's going to sleep. Don't worry. Yes, listen, Catherine.
Hey, I'm trying to study. Yeah. Oh, have you met my boyfriend, Jalen? Hi, how are you? He's a pro hacker.
Yeah.
Tell him what you did.
You know, Facebook, Y2K, Target, MySpace back when it was a thing, you know?
Get out. Insane.
Wow. I don't care, but you know what? I'm gonna go out and study, right?
Okay, we'll keep it down.
Nice to meet you. He's not even a real hacker. You're a faker. You're fake.
There might be some truth in that, but that is so rude of you, Lele.
Right? You're a liar. He's a liar. You're a liar.
Fine. I'll be quiet. Fine.
Oh, she's so mean. It's okay. It's okay. I got this. Fake hacker. She'll see.
All right, yes, everyone is cramming. We got an exam starting in 10 minutes. Your fellow classmates, the students in this class, they're all studying, so I need complete silence.
Hello there, Lele. You haven't noticed? You've been hacked. Don't ignore me, Lele. You want your phone back? Your life back? You'll do everything I ask.
Hello, exam.
I found some clues around campus, and you're gonna have to collect them for me.
What's wrong?
Just get away from me. I don't want anything to do with you.
What?
Oh my god, because I got hacked.
I know, Catherine. We all got hacked. The whole class did. The house is probably hacked. That's your boyfriend right there. You happy?
Here, he told me to give you this.
Bread?
Yeah, Lele, bread. I don't understand. Just don't even contact me, okay? Stay away.
Catherine. Okay, I got the stuff.
Congrats, you got the first clue. The second won't be as easy.
Okay.
Oh, Lele, you're back. Perfect time for the test. You got 32
I'm on a
more
mission.
minutes.
Okay, I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission.
Education is the mission. Now you gotta take the test, okay?
Connor, my phone got hacked.
I know everybody's phone got hacked.
What?
It's your fault.
Who else's phone got hacked? Oh, sorry.
Hey. Yeah, my phone got hacked too.
Anyways, I was told to give you these candles. This hacker on the phone told me to give it to you. Go get them, Tiger. Yeah.
Hi, Professor Keith.
Oh, hi.
Something for me?
The disc. This disc. So a shadowy guy came in and told me to give you this disc.
Yes.
So it's very important. I just wanted you to come here really quickly so I can give you this disc.
Thank you so much, sir.
Do you have something to play this disc in?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Also, the weird thing, like my computer got hacked, but you know what else got hacked?
All right.
Do you know what else got hacked? My phone also got hacked. Just, I want to be, like, you know how Principal, you remember because it's like a...
Thank you.
Oh, that's for you, by the way, the disc. Homework is chapter 79. Don't forget, please.
Hello?
Welcome, Lele. Who's the fake hacker now?
I got everything you asked for. Hey, listen, about, like, last night and everything, I'm sorry, I just didn't mean to. I know you're a hacker, but you know what? Knock it off.
Anyway, go ahead and light those candles. It's okay. It's fine. Just light them. Want the bread? Put it on the platter. Now, play some music. It's good music, I promise. So I bet you're wondering what all this stuff is for, right?
Is this like my last supper?
Well, because... Don't you love it?
What?
It's a date for you and me. Don't you love it?
This is for me.
It's just for you.
You hacked the whole class, the teacher, me.
Isn't it wonderful?
Catherine, for this?
I never really was into Catherine.
You would cheat on Catherine.
Yes, I love you and not Catherine. Of course. That's why I did this.
Oh, yeah, you're crazy. Aren't you the cutest, you little crazy little... Catherine! You're right.
You lying sack of hacking piece of doo-doo.
Doo-doo? Really?
Poop. You lying poop.
Catherine, laptop.
Let's see you hack without this.
What are you doing with my laptop?
Trying to cheat on me.
Catherine, burn it! No more hacking for you.
My hacking computer.
What? You mean this?
What are you doing?
Fine. I don't need a laptop to hack you guys. I got my phone. How are you guys gonna do about it?
Oh my god, no way, stop, I'm sorry!
This Halloween, play real scary claw machines and win spooky prizes. They will suddenly appear at your door.
I'm bored. Stay forever. It's been an hour.
Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications. Number 7. Tatsuku Horikawa. In 2008, an unnamed 57-year-old Japanese man realized he had been sharing his home with a secret tenant. Prior to the discovery, he had noticed that someone was stealing food from his fridge. He suspected it was a burglar and installed security cameras that sent live footage of his home to his phone. One fateful day, he received a video of a strange woman opening his fridge. He called the police, who went to his home, hoping to catch the burglar. The police were surprised when they found the doors and windows locked and intact, with no sign of break-in. Nevertheless, they entered the home, thinking the burglar was still inside. Police found no trace of the burglar until they checked the shelf just above the closet. Inside, they found 58-year-old Tatsuku Horikawa. Investigations revealed Horikawa had secretly lived in several other houses in the area before settling in the man's home. She had lived there for a year before she was caught. Number 6. Unnamed man. In 2012, Tracy thought she and her 5 children were the only occupants of her South Carolina home, until she discovered there was one other person, an ex she broke up with 12 months earlier. Tracy heard some strange noises in her attic the day before discovering her ex. She and 2 of her sons checked the attic, but found nothing. The strange noises continued throughout the night. Plaster and nails from the ceiling also fell on her bed and floor. Tracy called a nephew to check the attic the next day. The nephew found nothing at first until he went deeper into the attic, where he found her ex sleeping. The ex hurriedly left the house smiling. Tracy later learned that he could see her bedroom through an air vent. Tracy could not figure out how her ex got into her home or how long he had been there. However, he had helped her put new doors in her home a year earlier and had just completed a 90-day sentence for stealing her vehicle. The ex left his stuff in the attic, including his photos, toys, cassettes, and several cups of feces and urine. Number 5. Unidentified person. In 2013, 73-year-old grandmother Velma Kellen noticed the front part of her Yelm, Washington home was colder than other parts of her home. She suspected the heating was not working properly and bought another furnace. But the problem persisted, so she called a repairman to check it out. The repairman discovered the problem was not the furnace, but that someone was living under her house. The person had cut her ducts to redirect the heat there. Kellen was shocked. While she never saw the person, she had noticed some unusual events in her home. She once found her gate open and often smelled something that was worse than cigarettes. The repairman did not find any drugs, but did discover a beer can under her house. Number 4. Zhang, Jiangsu Province in 2014. Wang would never have found out about Zhang if the latter hadn't locked the door from inside. Wang had the police on his kitchen ceiling that led to his attic. They found Zhang inside the attic. Before the discovery, Wang had noticed that money and food were disappearing in his home. Police determined Zhang had stolen about 2,000 yuan in Wang's home. He also cooked meals for himself while Wang was away. Zhang had gotten into the attic from outside the house. He confessed to alternating between Wang's home and that of a neighbor. 7. She checked the trap door that led to. She told the landlady about the footsteps, but the landlady dismissed it as a squirrel. Dawn would notice strange events in her home over the next few months. Things mysteriously went missing, and her items were being moved. She only found out the truth 6 months after moving in. One night, she was soaking in the bathtub when she looked up at the trap door that led to her attic. It was open. She hurriedly grabbed a hammer and her dog before leaving the house. Outside, she called her sister-in-law, who came and picked her up. Police later searched Dawn's apartment and found no one. However, they found food, a book, and a sleeping bag inside the attic. Number 2. Tajira Shepard decided to inspect the pipes of her new home. She found a dog and cat outside, which she thought was weird. She entered the house and found 2 women. One of the women, Tajira Shepard, had moved into the home after finding an advertisement on Facebook. She'd paid $1,150 to the fraudsters, who had posed as the owners. They told her to enter the house through the back door after claiming the person who was supposed to bring the keys was detained by the police. Lang herself had never lived in the home. She had still been living in her old house, which she was trying to sell before moving into the new one. Number 1. Jose Rafael Leyva Caraveo and
Royalties taking forever.
For months in 2012, Troy and Dana Donovan and their 2 children could not return to their Littleton, Colorado home because it was occupied by 2 squatters, Jose Rafael Leyva Caraveo and channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications. Number 7. Swarm of crabs. A marine biologist swarm of huge red crabs. Biologists estimate the biggest one of these might measure up to 90 feet or more. The crabs are normally found around Southern California and Baja California. This is the first time they have been seen so far south of their expected range, and these are the biggest crabs ever observed. Though the image looks pretty real, how did such a shocking discovery not make front-page news is still a question. Some viewers believe it might be edited or a distorted shadow of something above. Others believe it's real. What do you guys think? Number 6. Huge barrowfish. Forget the zombie apocalypse, UFOs, ghosts, ghouls, and aliens. Lurking beneath the waves of the Earth's oceans are a range of creatures so terrifying and strange, you'd think they'd been created in the pages of a science fiction novel. This particular Google Earth image lurking beneath the water surface. The strange thing about this image is usually barrowfish live at the bottom of the oceans, where they create burrows in the sand and attacks on the passing by fish for food, but they are never seen this close to the surface. What do you guys think about these images? Is this true, or just a hoax? Let us know in the comments. Number 5. Loch Ness Monster. The legendary Loch Ness Monster appears in the deep, cold waters of Loch Ness, Scotland. But could Google Earth have unraveled our favorite mystery of the deep? A mysterious image posted on the internet shows a massive aquatic creature with a long neck, a humped back, and a horsey head. Users are convinced the image Dwayne Johnson's In Space goes horribly wrong, and the last surviving crew member perishes in an explosion. The super-secret samples of experimental serum, which accelerates one's growth, strength, speed, and aggressiveness at an alarming pace she was carrying in apparently indestructible capsules, plummet to Earth and land in 3 different spots in the United States. One lands in Florida, where a crocodile finds it. Everything was fine, except the capsule might have landed in Dubai in reality instead of Florida. A mysterious Google Earth image posted online created quite a stir, where a giant crocodile was seen lurking in waters near the Palm Island, Dubai. Based on the image, the alligator size can be as big as a 2-story building. Few internet users believe it might be genetically engineered, whereas others believe it's purely CGI. What do you guys think? Number 3. Kraken. Nordic folklore speaks of a massive creature that haunted the icy seas of the North Sea, where it attacked passing vessels with gigantic tentacles. And conspiracy theorist Scott C. Waring claims to have spotted this mythical kraken swimming off the coast of Huntington Beach, California. Using Google Earth, this sea monster appears to be 300 feet from head to end, including the giant tentacles. That sounds like the kraken to me, Waring said. Whatever it might be, it's up to you guys to decide. Number 2. World's largest blue whale. Blue whales are the largest animal ever known to have lived, even larger than the dinosaurs who once roamed the Earth. To date, the longest blue whale ever measured was 111 feet long, approximately the length of 3 school buses parked end to end. But this Google Earth image proves that's not true. The image showing a huge blue whale measuring more than 200 feet, seen near the Cape Tribulation, Australia. In fact, there are 2 images which show the whale movement. Is this real? Do share your thoughts on this. Number 1. Megalodon. The recent discovery has raised great enthusiasm from experts abroad, who are pondering the fact that others thought to be extinct species might still be dwelling in the depths of the seas. Marine biologist from the University of Sydney, Australia, has posted an image showing a huge shark, the Megalodon. The Google Earth image was taken near Clovelly Beach, Australia. Even though the image looks pretty real to me, there are people who think it's just a sandmass creating an odd shape. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please let me know by clicking the like button.
Dude, it's so boring.
Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
For centuries, people from all walks of life have reported numerous sightings of mermaids. Are they real sightings? Are they tricks of light in the eye? Are people feigning mermaid discoveries for the attention and publicity? Here are the most mysterious, real-life mermaids caught on camera. 7. Cave sightings. The caves in Mexico weren't the only ones to get treated to a mermaid sighting. This incident took place in the Kayalan Islands in the Philippines, and apparently Mermaid Melissa was not the explanation. In the photo taken by a tourist, the shape of a mermaid can be seen next to them. According to witnesses, the mermaid left a very pungent smell. The mermaid wasn't initially seen while it was swimming with the tourists, but after checking photos, that was when the mythical creature was seen. Unfortunately, at that point, it was too late to try to initiate contact with the mermaid. After the mermaid left, the smell went away. Local city officials have even placed a mermaid statue on the shore, commemorating the frequent mermaid sightings that have taken place for centuries. 6. Zimbabwe incident. When a vicious crime happens, it's only natural to want to find the culprit that's at fault. But there was an incident in Zimbabwe in 2017 that involved the drowning of 2 young boys. The incident happened while the 2 boys were herding cattle near a dam. The boys saw what appeared to be a fish swimming in the dam, and they wanted to catch it. It was then that the mermaid snatched them. According to witnesses, she snatched them and pulled them underwater for a brief moment. When she resurfaced with the boys, their parents made the mistake of crying. Then the mermaid pulled the boys underwater until they drowned. The main source for the story is Zimbabwe News Online, and the main image for the story is the prop mermaid from the Pirate of the Caribbean. The names mentioned in the article, like Chief Mingwe, seem to be real people, so there were reports that the area has been plagued by activity by a mischievous mermaid. 5. After the hurricane. Let's start this one off by saying be careful what you believe. Just because video was filmed in found footage style doesn't mean that it's real. In fact, people are getting more and more creative with their videos and using things like CGI to make things look even more real. Take a peek at this video taken by an anonymous videographer. According to the video title, it was taken after a hurricane. But the beach is looking pretty nice for it to be after a natural disaster, as the camera gets closer to the mermaid. The body is accessible to people on the beach, and yet it looks
How
like
about
it
you
was
do
out
that?
in the sun too long with its leather-like appearance. Plus,
You.
debris around the beach instead of just being around the mermaid's body. More than likely, this mermaid body is a model that was created.
I'm just taking so long.
It looks like it was barely touched by the ocean, and it is beyond obvious that it's a wig. We suppose the cameraman deserves some kudos for the creativity, but the whole setup made it too obvious of the mermaid who was fake, or cave swimming. A man known only as Duarte posted a video in 2016 and was taken during one of his dives in Cenote Cave in Cancun, Mexico. After he goes underwater, he sees the silhouette of a creature that has human features from the waist up, but has a fin from the waist down. In his video description, he basically says he's captured real footage of a mermaid and that he's sure the mythical creature is real. The video is very impressive, but it seems to be too good to be true. In the video's caption, there were other people in the cave, but he was the only one with a camera. With most of these videos, it's hard to determine exactly where the video came from and who was the original videographer. But with lack of publicity and information, we can confidently declare that this mermaid is a hoax. 3. Bering Sea mermaid. Apparently, people like Shakespeare and even Pliny the Elder claim to have seen mermaids. Maybe that mermaid sighting inspired Shakespeare when he was writing The Tempest. In 1608, a man named Henry Hudson wrote an account of a mermaid he saw in the Bering Sea. There was a woman in the water with pale skin and black hair. From the waist up, she was human, but from her belly button down, she was noted to have the bottom half like a porpoise. 2. John Smith's mermaid. Most of us know who John Smith is. If you only know American history from the Disney movie Pocahontas, it's the same guy. Side note, the movie isn't historically accurate. Anyway, sometime in the 1600s, he was a sailor exploring the West Indies. He saw a woman in the water with green hair, and apparently she was very attractive. According to Smith, when she dove into the water, he was shocked to see that she was actually a mermaid. There is some speculation as to whether Smith actually wrote the account, but it's interesting nonetheless. Number 1, Buffalo Jags River. In the village of Surfrock, which is close to Swindledum, there lies the Buffalo Jags River.
Alright, so I closed the application.
There's a legend of a mermaid that resides in the area. According to rumors and gossip,
No.
has been spotted numerous times in the area. Known as the Cayman by the village elders, the
It's been an hour.
by numerous generations in the village, and even has the most doubtful skeptic a possible believer. In January 2008, one of the locals named Daniel Peter was hanging out at a campsite late at night when he heard splashing in the water. When he went to investigate, he saw a woman with long black hair. As he tried to swim towards to save her, Pepito said that the woman looked at him and her eyes had a red tint, but he was taken as if by hypnosis. He tried to be saved by his companions, and apparently the mermaid was seen by multiple people. If the story is true, how does it make front page news around the world? It's beyond us. So maybe not all these sightings had a real mermaid.
Want to see more cool videos on our channel that are enough to make you bite your own teeth? Here are the top 10 amazing and rare natural phenomena that happened on Earth. Number 10, red crab migration. Once a year, something incredible happens on Christmas Island. Around 15 million red crabs, Gicarcoidea natalis, are estimated to live on Christmas Island, located in the Indian Ocean off the northwestern coast of Australia, which it is part of. Between October and December, at the beginning of the wet season, these animals start an incredible journey across the island, leaving their homes in the inlet to go to the seaside and lay their eggs. The migration begins when adult crabs leave their burrows in the dense jungle and walk to the beach, dipping in the ocean to replenish body body salts. Male crabs dig burrows in the sand, which they defend from other crabs while they try to mate with the females, then migrate back home while the females stay with their eggs. After 2 to 3 weeks, the female crabs put their eggs into the ocean and start their own return journey, while the eggs hatch into the water as larvae. Some years, very few or none of the baby crabs will emerge alive from the ocean. About 4 weeks later, the tiny creatures turn beaches red before slowly progressing across the island, crossing roads and meandering around houses until they link up with the adults. 4 years later, the crabs are ready to make their own migration to the beach to mate and begin the life cycle all over again. All phases of the migration are popular tourist attractions, with visitors timing their travel to coincide with it to see the unique sight. Number 9. New Island Formation. All continents, seas, and islands emerged a long time ago, so now we can't really witness nature creating something new. Or can we? You have probably heard that volcanic islands emerge above the water's surface following the eruption of an underwater volcano. This is actually how Iceland was created, and now something similar is happening in the Kabocha volcano. This is one of the most active underwater volcanoes in the southwest of the Pacific Ocean. The volcano went above and below the sea level 8 times since the first reported eruption in 1939. During the eruption in 2003, a 15-meter island was formed, though it quickly submerged back into the sea. Scientists are now closely monitoring Karachi and expect that one day a real island will emerge there, the first one in the modern history of mankind. Number 8. Ice Disc. Like an icy lazy Susan, a wintry carousel, a frozen spinning wheel. It takes a little more than an ice disc to capture public attention and imagination. One such ice disc befell the town of Westbrook, Maine, slowly churning to life in the Presumpscot River that runs through the town's urban developments. The Herald estimates the ice disc to be 300 feet wide, one of the largest of its kind, but certainly not the first. The captivating natural oddity has drawn comparison to an alien spacecraft, a carousel, and the moon. Researchers believe ice discs spin because of temperature changes in the water, creating a vortex underneath. Ice discs have been spotted everywhere, from Russia to Washington. The swirling plates are a happy accident of nature and are almost always perfectly round. A 1997 paper in the until its edges were perfectly smooth and circular. Number 7. These eruptions sometimes occur via slow and steady flows, but often show themselves in huge bursts of activity. When this latter case happens, a large amount of ash, dust, rock, volatile gases, and lava are all expelled in a very short period of time. While we might think of these as the major features of a volcano, there's often a magnificent visual sight that accompanies these: volcanic lightning. Although not every eruption will produce this stunning light show, it's been observed and recorded by humans for countless generations. Now, with our advanced understanding of physics and the physical sciences, we finally understand how it's produced. Number 6. Abraham Lake. On the North Saskatchewan River in Alberta, Canada, the TransAlta Corporation began construction of the Bighorn Dam in 1972, creating along with it Abraham Lake, Alberta's largest man-made lake. Despite being artificial, Abraham Lake still resembles other glacial lakes in the region, with a distinctive turquoise water that is caused by sediments of glacial erosion entering the lake, giving it a unique coloring. However, it's neither the size nor the beautiful blue waters that have caused an increase in visitors to the lake in recent years. Abraham Lake's main attraction comes during the winter months, when methane bubbles become trapped below the surface of the lake and freeze, creating crystal-like formations under the surface. The beauty of these natural formations has drawn many amateur photographers to the area, hoping to capture the stunning scenery. Number 5. Never-ending lightning storm. In western Venezuela, over the Catatumbo River, there is a storm that never ceases. Starting at 7 p.m. every night, lightning crashes over the water for 10 hours every night, 260 nights each year. Nobody knows for sure why it happens. Up until recently, the leading theory was that it had something to do with uranium in the bedrock, although scientists are starting to doubt it. Today, the leading theory is a complicated one. It posits that the shape of the mountains cause warm trade winds to collide with cold air from the Andes. That collision is then fueled by the rapidly evaporating water below and methane from a nearby oil field.
Say what you want, but childhood is an incredibly peers, and that eliminate all the obstacles in their way. They can... Tristan Lee. If you look at our first kid from the back, then most likely you will not even think that there is a child in front of you. Well, not quite a child, a teenager. It's hard to believe, but Tristan Lee from a sunny California is only 16 years old. Despite the young age, this kid became a celebrity and conquered the hearts of thousands of internet users. At the moment, Tristan has more than 930,000 followers on Instagram. One look at him is enough to understand he is very ambitious. The young man gets up very early, at about 4 in the morning. While his peers are sleeping in warm beds, he has breakfast, gets dressed, and goes to the gym. Where he spends almost all of his free time. We are certain that some of you will find this lifestyle horrifying. However, you should not be sorry for Tristan because his hard work pays off. The young man's first dream is to win the prestigious titles in bodybuilding, and he is already competing in the contests. The second dream is to become a professional footballer, and something tells us he will undoubtedly succeed here as well. So what's his secret, you ask? It's actually very simple, as Tristan does not keep any secrets. You need to work until you have no strength left, and after that, start working even harder. Javon Wana Walton. Here's another child who proves that if you really want something and work hard to get it, then you will eventually get it. It was clear since very early childhood. Javon Walton will be an achiever. The boy passionately wanted to learn as much as possible in this world. His desire was so strong that in the end, his father gave him a nickname, Wana. This nickname stuck, and now the entire world knows him. At the age of 4, the boy started boxing. His father brought him to the gym, and the child fell in love with the sport. At the age of 5, Javon took up gymnastics, sacrificing what little free time he had. Today, a 12-year-old athlete is a champion of Georgia in boxing and gymnastics. But that's not all. The boy was only 9 years old when he became the youngest representative of the sports brand Under Armour, the one endorsed by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We believe we will hear more about the achievements of this incredible child. In the meantime, we will wait for the release of the Utopia series, featuring Javon as one of the main leads. Evnika Sadvakas. Many people still say the phrase, "you fight like a girl," in a dismissive manner. However, we assure you, no one would dare say that about Evnika Sadvakas, because her skills are second to none. Evnika's peers and adults can only envy her. In January of this year, the girl turned 13 years old, and, you have to admit, this girl had no chance to grow up without doing sports. The large family of Sadvakas consists of 10 people, and the kids begin to train as soon as they learn how to walk. Father and mother taught their children to move and defend themselves, but Evnika was the most talented among them all. This kid woke up famous in 2013, when the girl's workout video got 3 million views on YouTube. Today, the legendary Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, and Ronda Rousey are among her fans. The speed of the girl's strikes is amazing. In just 30 seconds, she can hit the target 190 times. Even trees shatter under her mighty blows. The Sadvakas family has created a speed trainer for boxers, and of course, they named it Evnika, in honor of this amazing girl. Brennan and Charlotte. Sharp objects shall be kept away from children. We all heard that from our parents, but this is not the case in this family.
Yeah.
Brennan and Charlotte earned their moment of glory in 2017. A brother and sister performed at Little Big Shots, a talent show for children. The parents of an unusual duo from Ohio, USA, own something between a circus and a freak show. They perform themselves, so their kids followed in their parents' footsteps. And of course, we would like to warn you, please do not try to recreate something like this at home or anywhere else. Although Grennan looks small, he is the youngest professional knife thrower in the world. He spent hundreds of hours perfecting his throws and knows exactly what he is doing. Daniela D'Angelo. Here's another young lady who successfully breaks all the stupid and annoying stereotypes about girls. She proves that children can do any kind of sports and activities, regardless of their gender. Daniela, for example, chose shooting. Her father took this sport up about 7 years ago. However, he never complained that fate did not give him a son to share his favorite hobby with. Instead, the man taught his daughter to shoot, but he couldn't imagine how successful she would eventually become. To date, 16-year-old Daniela has been practicing shooting for 4 years. The girl says that she is quite popular on Instagram. People love to argue that the girl is too small and weak to shoot from a very powerful weapon. However, Daniela repeatedly proves that no one shall underestimate her. Ryusei Imai. Bruce Lee is an icon worshipped by thousands of people around the world. However, this little fan brought his love to a whole new level. Ryusei Imai dreams of growing up and becoming as cool as the famous actor. Every day he trains to achieve his goal. The world learned about Ryusei Imai in 2015 when the boy performed at the Super Kids show, where he created the scene from the movie Game of Death. Of course, his nunchucks were smaller and lighter, but still, you have to admit, he did well. Today, the young Japanese boy is 8 years old. He took part in the shows in various countries, including Italy, Australia, Belgium, Singapore, and the USA. He has his own army of fans, but continues to train hard. When he asked what kind of superpower he would like to have, he simply said, "I would like to be like Bruce Lee." Isabella Jiggy highlights. Another kid in our list for today has grown up surrounded by people involved in sports. One day, little Izzy watched her brothers play basketball and then decided she wants to be as cool as they are. Years passed, and today Isabella is 10 years old. Guess what? She plays better than her brothers. And better than almost all of her peers. Jiggy is a very ambitious kid. She knows what she wants and knows that she will have to work hard to achieve her goal, to become a professional athlete and stand out from the rest. Of course, in a good way.
What?
Unicorn reminds me of my baby sister.
What?
She loves unicorns at the moment. So do I.
We gotta close the application?
Wow, that's in max protein with high protein and 1 gram sugar. It's a sit-up and an abandon the ways. Trillion. Keep it up. You'll get there.
I'm gonna try it.
1 gram of sugar. It's sure max protein.
Basketball is her life now. Cabinets and bedside tables of the room exhibit her cups and prizes. The posters on the wall feature famous basketball players. Isabella has to get up early and often stays late. However, there is nothing wrong with this, for such is the price of success. Mahiro Takano. When Sia's Alive music video was released, Takano, born and raised in Niigata Prefecture, Japan, was featured in the music video for a reason. Sia saw videos on the internet where Takano demonstrated her skills and invited the girl to become a part of the video. Takano is not just some agile child. She has been practicing karate since the age of 4, and at the time of filming, she was already a 3-time Japan champion. Takano's parents believe that karate is good for the girl because it teaches discipline, diligence, respect, and manners. Indeed, Takano trains every day after school and never goes soft on herself.
Yeah.
Even in a music video, she performed every movement correctly.
Yeah, I saw it.
Maximum concentration. Just imagine what a fierce rival she is. Sky Brown. 10-year-old Sky Brown.
Well, I'm gonna wait up for you.
As if she controls it with her mind. She also enjoys surfing, dances.
If it doesn't work, I'm not gonna do it.
The youngest participant in the Olympic Games in history. The girl is very easygoing, but do not think that she is frivolous. Sky's determination is second to none. I'm small, but I'm going to participate in this huge competition. You can do anything you set your mind to, no matter how old you are, the young skateboarder says. Sky, who lives in the Japanese city of Miyazaki, but spends most of the year in the United States, has already managed to turn into a real celebrity, not only in skateboarding, but also in the social networks. She has thousands of followers on Instagram. In 2016, at the age of 8, Sky became the youngest person ever to participate in the Vans US Open. And although she did not win a medal, this competition showed how great her potential is. Professional athletes believe that in the future, when Sky is a little older, she will definitely become the best in the world. After all, she already has her own style. And the tricks she does on a skateboard are breathtaking. Yes, so far she lacks strength and speed, but she will get there with age. Naomi Kuten. You probably think that a 9-year-old athlete can only be a gymnast or a runner, or perhaps a skater. Naomi Kuten from the U.S. serves as an excellent example that nothing is impossible. She broke the world record in powerlifting.
I hold the record for lifting 215 pounds.
And at the age of 9, turned into an international phenomenon. Naomi has become a supergirl. And this nickname is well-deserved, especially given the fact that Naomi began to practice powerlifting just a year before she set a new record.
Yeah, take it up, take it up.
During weightlifting competitions, she wins the audience over with her victories over much older and heavier athletes. What's her secret? It's just that this amazing girl always had the will to win and the desire to become the best. Today, Naomi is already 17, and she continues to practice her favorite sport and set new records. You can check her life and sports achievements in social networks, where she regularly posts photos and videos from workouts. Hi everyone. In 1968, the world witnessed the first ever movie to feature the living dead. The name of the movie was The Night of the Living Dead, and it marked the beginning of an era when zombies became extremely popular. Now almost everyone, even the kids who just started to walk and talk, knows what a zombie is. They are featured in movies and series, in computer, console, and VR games. There are even comic series about the people who try to survive amidst zombie apocalypse. There are myriads of universes filled with these scary creatures, which also vary in type, speed, intelligence, but they all have something in common. They are all deadly, and people who face them have to do all it takes to survive. If you have ever thought about the ways to survive in case of some unknown endemic would turn half of the Earth's population into the living dead, well, this video is definitely for you. Today, we're going to tell you about the things that would help you survive a zombie, despite the fact... So you won't even have time to say, oh, before your home is filled with hordes of hungry, terrifying creatures. You can hide from them behind the closed door, that's true, but the second floor or attic is a better place to hide. There's more space there than in a closed room. Also, there's less chance you drop something and it falls with a loud noise, alerting the zombies. Yes, we have already said that zombies can climb the stairs, but we suggest some improvements in order to protect yourself from any kind of attack. All you need is to install the treadmill on top of the steps. Just look, even a human has to make a huge amount of effort to climb on it. A silly zombie can't possibly deal with such an obstacle. Of course, eventually the living dead will find a way around this, but by this time you will already be far away from the house. The only thing is, instead of the door, you will have to use a window. But you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Survival capsule. If you are very unlucky and your world has become something that reminds of scenery for a zombie movie, remember, the safest place is the one surrounded by water, because in most cases, the living dead do not know how to swim. Well, even if they can, they're not smart enough to figure out where you are. Unfortunately, not all of us have a yacht to quickly sail away from the land. Few people have boats. Well, and even if you have one, the conditions for living inside are not always great. So we suggest a different solution. A survival capsule, like the one we are showing right now. It's big enough to accommodate from 2 to 5 people. There's enough space for a supply of food and water inside that will be enough for 5 days. Yeah, we know 5 days is not a very long time, but it's up to you whether to spend 5 days in guaranteed security or 5 days in constant fear that a zombie can eat you at any moment. Maybe you will be lucky and in 5 days the military will deal with the zombies and the world will return to its former, almost normal state. Well, if not, you'll have to get out sometimes to find supplies. Bed shelter. Suppose you live far away from rivers, lakes, and other open waters. In this case, a survival capsule is not a good choice. What shall you do then? A smart thing to do is build a shelter like this by organizing it right in the bed. In fact, these shelters are designed to protect against tornadoes and other natural disasters. But why not adapt it to your special needs? Inside, you can store supplies of food and water. In addition, the bed is made of durable materials. Even if an item weighing 725 kilograms drops on it, it will not be damaged. So if there is a giant zombie nearby or an entire zombie horde decides to attack the shelter at once, you still don't need to not worry about security. A sky cam. Some of you probably wonder why we only show security measures designed for the house. In the end, a house during a zombie apocalypse very quickly ceases to be a safe place. Well, when you run out of food, there's nothing you can do but turn into an eternal nomad. Do not worry, the inventions from our today's list will be useful. Any zombie can crawl inside and eat you while you are sleeping and having nice dreams. But with the tent you see on the screen, you will be safe and sound. You, in fact, will sleep on the roof of your own car. And as far as we know, zombies cannot climb to such heights. In addition, this tent will be useful if the zombies suddenly appear out of nowhere. You can hide and wait inside until they are gone, or get a weapon to the roof and deal with all the living dead. Body protection. In mainstream culture, there is a widespread in case of a zombie apocalypse, and therefore, some extra caution, in our opinion, will not hurt. If the human population is threatened by the living dead, getting such protective clothing is a smart thing to do. It withstands blows from sharp and blunt objects, as well as punctures with needles. This means that a zombie would break all its teeth, but not bite through a layer of armor. Zombie wrecking cars. During a zombie apocalypse, the ways to travel long distances are very limited. You can use horses, but they are vulnerable. You can also use cars, but they need fuel. But getting it is not so easy. During the first few years, finding gasoline is not a problem if you try hard enough. However, driving around in a usual car can be very difficult. That is why we recommend you to take a closer look at these monsters. Get a car like this, and not a single living dead will get to you. Moreover, you will not be surrounded and trapped by zombies. These cars have metal spikes, built-in saws, rams, flamethrowers on the roof, and other deadly devices that will come in handy during a zombie apocalypse. The most important thing is to install really good windshield wipers. Something tells us you will need them. Armored car. If you were to say hello to BBS-10 Beowulf, an armored all-terrain vehicle that embodies city in it. You can live in it. Actually, you can use it to travel around the whole world in search of an absolutely safe place. There's a place inside for your entire family, even if it's big. The all-terrain vehicle can seat 13 people. Massive wheels will not get stuck in snow, mud, or sand. At temperatures below or above 40 degrees Celsius, there will still be comfortable inside. So you can go to the desert, to the tropics, or to Antarctica and wait in safety until the apocalypse is over. Underground bunker.
Most people say you spend a third of your life sleeping. I'd like to think I spend a third of my life living. My name is Justin Tate, and I'm a sleepwalker. You know, at first, it's kind of hard to live a normal life if you don't know what you're doing. Sometimes sleepwalking's a gift. You get to live out the life you've always wanted to. You know, I was a chef once, starting my own restaurant. That didn't go so well. The toilet got clogged. I couldn't use the toilet for like a month. Usually when I sleepwalk, I end up naked. I feel like I'm just getting more of what it means to be human. The thing you hear about waking sleepwalkers up is true. You really shouldn't do it.
Dangerous for me at times.
Hey, that's my car!
You get into way more dangerous situations every night. First,
It's
a fight video. Oh, God.
I'm a bird!
No, get down there!
But in my sleep, I'm a bird.
Go back to bed!
I have to feed my baby!
I don't know what I'm talking about. It's embarrassing.
Get down from the gift bag! You're not a bird!
I have a beautiful wife named Tiffany, and she's really been affected by this more than I have.
It's been difficult. Well, at first, he was just a bit confused.